All right, so we have a new product here for snowmobiling. This is the Lexin B4FM Bluetooth intercom. So essentially, this was $169 on YouTube. It is meant for either motorcycling or snowmobiling. It has noise cancellation, a universal comm system, of course, for snowmobile ATV, and music sharing as well. So you can pair your phone with this, and you'll be able to play music or intercom with friends, whoever you're riding with. So essentially, I bought this for the fact that my girlfriend and I do a lot of snowmobile riding throughout the winter time. And for the price, I couldn't really say no to the fact that, having that extra step of safety between us in case, one of us gets stuck or one of us gets lost or, sled stops working, this, that, and the other. So I figured to try the Lexin out. I saw some really good reviews here on the forums, on the Ski Doo forums here, that recommended the Lexins over the Cardo Pack Talk and some of the more expensive options, as this was only $169 compared to possibly spending $400 plus for two other communication systems. So I'm going to do an install on this here, and we're going to go forward and kind of show you how easy it is to install the product. Okay, so I'm going to do the unboxing here. So you'll see the two pieces, the actual Lexin control pieces here that mount on your snowmobile. So you've got the little mount area there, and then they'll mount right like that onto your sled. So then you'll be able to have your power, your volume up, volume down, etc., etc. So I'm actually going to just unbox this here quick and show you what you get in the box here. So you have, of course, this comes with two sets. So you've got your mounting hardware for the actual Lexin that you have to drill into your helmet. Some more mounting hardware here. Each of your communication things, so you get a little like a boom microphone, and then you have two speakers that mount on the inside of your helmet. So I'm curious to see with my helmet, since I have a Ski Doo Oxygen, how it's going to actually, with the boom, how it's actually going to mount in the helmet. I'm not too worried about the actual speakers, though, as those will mount pretty easy. My girlfriend's helmet here is pretty straightforward. It's not a modular helmet, though, so it doesn't fold up. It's just one single unit. So I'm really curious to see how that is going to work with her. But she does not have the, if I can find it here, she does not have the actual breathable piece here for people like me who wear glasses. So going forward here with the unboxing process, we've got some more mounting hardware, basically all a bunch of mounting hardware here, and you get some directions here. So you have your user guide, blah, 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 in Spain, Greece, nice. So really, this isn't that much of a, this really isn't that much of a booklet, because you go a little bit further and you're already in German. So you get about maybe 20 pages worth here of actual information, and then there's some waivers and stuff. So I'm going to read through this table of contents, and I'm going to go forward with the process of actually mounting the Lexin to the helmet and see how it goes here and fill you guys in as the process goes forward. So reading the directions here, there is the screw-in option for the mounting, or else there's the adhesive pad option with the 3M tape. So there is a little disclaimer here about the 3M tape. Lexin does not assume any responsibility for use of it. And I am going to do the 3M tape option here in case I ever want to sell this helmet and keep the actual Lexin unit. I can essentially just put 3M tape over the unit again. So I would rather do the 3M tape option. That's what I'm going to try. I don't leave my helmet out in the cold very often. or very often. So I'm going to do that option. So now we are going to install the actual Lexin unit on the side of this Ski Doo oxygen helmet. I am going to put it back together first. So here's the actual mounting bracket for the Lexin. So it'll sit like this, but I don't think on a modular helmet, maybe you could put it right there. That's about the only place you could put it. So, I don't know. I don't know how keen I am about drilling into my actual helmet here. So, this is the other little mounting bracket that they give you, which is essentially that. But now you just put it down. It's only 3M tape. Now, I just cleaned my helmet really good, so I'm going to look at the directions now. I'm going to peel this off, and then wherever I would mount this, maybe right there, that is where I'm going to mount the little 3M tape adhesive. I've got the piece now. I had this on the charger for about 15 minutes. You can see how the back of this gets mounted on. So we're just going to slip, if we can. Might require a stronger hand. So we're just going to slip that unit right into there somehow. There we go. It just snapped into place. So, you know, you're going to want to be careful you don't catch this on anything. Otherwise, it will come flying off. And then they provide you, which you probably should keep on your snowmobile, a way to push down in there in order to push that little tab down for the actual Lexin unit if you want to take it off your helmet. So I've got the actual Lexin installed, and it looks actually pretty nice on the sled. The blue is a very subtle blue color, so you're really not going to notice it if it's not your color scheme. So next thing, we're going to install the speakers. So if we move our mess out of the way here and move all the mounting bracket hardware, which we will move, the tab, you have to keep the tab, so I'm going to put that over there. So now we move on to the actual speakers and the microphone. So on the directions here, it says the speakers with the shorter wires for the left ear, speaker with the longer wires for the right ear. This will enhance the FM radio reception as well. Place the one half of the speaker's Velcro pad into the helmet's inner padding. Step 2, push the speakers firmly against the Velcro pads. If the helmet has deep ear pockets, you can use the provided spacers to place the speakers closer. Step 3, hide the wires between the helmet liner and shield. For helmets with deeper ear pockets, you can use the included speaker pad to increase the thickness of speakers. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to install the microphone. So that will finish the actual. Here's some of the added speaker pads here and whatnot that they give you in the kit. So it's just a bunch of stuff here. Here's the adhesive. So you make sure you want to leave that on there until it's actually time to take the product off. So we're going to look in the helmet here. And if we look at this helmet, we can see that there is a little bit of space we can hide the actual speakers in, but the ear holes here aren't deep. Like, there is no ear holes. So we're looking at the oxygen here, or the Modular 3, and we can see that probably the best place here is right there, where your ears are going to be. That'll be enough area to hide the wire. So after looking at both sides, we can see that the ear is going to be right about in line with that. So it's kind of a perfect spot to mount it. And that's about what we're going to do. So I'm going to mount this here, and I'll show you what it looks like after. All right, so I was actually looking through the kit here. Before we move on, they should have said this, what you got in the box, and nobody clarified this. So, you know, we have for the open air speaker, we have the boom microphone. So I was always wondering, like, hey, how the heck is the boom microphone going to fit, you know, in the helmet? Like, how is this going to work? Well, the problem is solved. It comes with a button for the full face helmet. It comes with a button microphone. So you could stick this basically wherever you want and it will work. So when we get to that point, that's what I'm going to use is the button microphone. So for $169, the Lexin B4FM is the total way to go because of this little button microphone here. Wow, that's a game changer. So I mounted the speakers into my Modular 3 helmet, and you can see I still have the little microphone to go. But this was the best way I could do it since I hate wires. I routed the one wire along the back side of the helmet for the right side, and then when I close it, which I will demonstrate, the wire stays in place, which is what you want. And then this side here, I figured that I would just put the wire, route it right along the helmet closing. So hopefully this works, but now when we close the helmet, if I can do this one person, everything's locked into place. You can see the wire is locked into place now, and it's dangling a little bit on the back, but that's okay. It's locked into place there. And then this side, it is also locked into place. So that seemed to work really good. Now that all that is left is just this little boom, little microphone here, which we really shouldn't have any issues. But it's going to be really interesting where I place this, as I have this little doohickey right there. So I'm going to think about where to mount this, and I will join back with you. All right, so after a little tampering here, we've got everything we've needed to do to install the product here. So I essentially lowered the ear. The Modular 3 is not a good helmet for this here, although installation was pretty easy. But I lowered where the ear speakers were on the helmet so they didn't interfere with my glasses. And then the only good place, and I'm going to try riding without this winter, the mouthpiece here, but the only good place I could find for the boom or for the little microphone was right there. So it pushes up pretty hard against the actual speaker piece, but I'm thinking if I have to talk or yell through that, it should be able to pick up the voice fairly easy. So that's basically it for install. Of course, I really can't try this out yet, so I didn't need any screws or any drilling into my helmet, which I did not want to do at all. But you know, the one negative about this is you're gonna have wires, so just be prepared for that. Like when you put the actual unit on, just be prepared that you're going to have some wires. And as long as you can mount these correctly, which what I'm gonna do here is probably stick a piece of tape or a little 3M tape here back there to hold the wire into place and call it good. But so far it took me, I mean, it was a pretty easy install. I'm going to do the completely closed-faced helmet next, and that one should be a lot more simple than the Modular 3. Everything in the Modular 3 is pretty difficult here, but at least you can unplug the microphone, which is pretty sweet. So you can unplug that in case, you know, you need to do some work on your helmet or anything like that. Hence the design. And then once you get the earpieces in place, it's pretty nice. But now if this helmet had a little bit of a deeper hole for the ears, that would be better. But that worked pretty well. So first install of the Lexin B4FM done. And then once we get actually out on the trail, you can see we've got a little bit of snow here, but it's probably going to be well over a month before we can ride. So once I get that, I'll do a review here of the actual product. But install of the Lexin B4FM complete.